Daddy by Sylvia Plath. You do not do any more, black shoe, in which I have lived like a foot for 30 years, poor and white, barely daring to breathe or a chew. Daddy, I've had to kill you. You died before I had time. Marble heavy, a bag full of God, ghastly statue with one gray toe, big as a Frisco seal, and a head in the freakish Atlantic, where it pours bean green over blue, and the waters of beautiful Nauset. I used to pray to recover you, adieu. In the German tongue, in the Polish town, scraped flat by the roller, of wars, but the name of the town is common. My Polish friend says there's a dozen or two, so I never could tell where you put your foot, your root. I never could talk to you. The tongue stuck in my jaw. It stuck in barbed wire snare. Ick, 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 ick. I could hardly speak. I thought every German was you. And the second language obscene. An engine, chuffing me off like a Jew. Adieu to Dachau, Auschwitz, Beslin. I began to talk like a Jew. I think I may well be a Jew. The towns of Tyrol, the clear beer of Vienna, are not pure or true. With my gypsy ancestress and my weird luck and my Tarok pack I may be a bit of a Jew. I've always been scared of you, with your Ludwig waffle and your gobbledygoo, and your neat mustache and your iron eye, bright blue. Panzerman, oh you. Not God, but a swastika, so black no skies could squeak through. Every woman adores a fascist. The boot in the face, the brute of a heart like you. You stand at the blackboard, Daddy, in the picture I have of you, a cleft in your chin instead of your foot, but no less devil for that, no not, any less than the black man who bit my pretty red heart in two. I was 10 when they buried you. At 20, I tried to die and get back to you. I thought even the bones would do, but they pulled me out of the sack and they stuck me together with glue. And then I knew what to do. I made a model of you, a man in the black with a manif look. And I loved to rack with the screw. And I said, I do. So Daddy, I'm finally through. The black telephone's off the route. The voices just can't worm through. If I've killed one man, I've killed two. The vampire who said he was you and drank my blood for a year, 7 years. If you want to know, Daddy, you can lie back now. There's a stake in your fat black heart, and the villagers never liked you. They were dancing and stamping on you. They always knew it was you. Daddy, you bastard you. I'm through. In this poem, I found it to be this girl expressing the guilt of the deeds of her father. I believe that her father was in the Nazi party, and she grew up watching his atrocities and now feels guilty and resents him for that. The antecedent scenario, I believe, is the end of the Holocaust. There are 3 breaks at the end of the 3rd stanza, the end of the 8th stanza, and, the climax. The poem increases repetition, which I believe the author uses to increase intensity, and it does that until the very end. In my skeleton, there are a lot of actions and a lot of repetition, then it dies down a little bit, it was repetition of phrases and of singular words. And then it dies down a bit and just does phrases, and it increases in both until the very end. The language that struck me in this poem were the rhyming and the anaphoras. The tone I found to be angry, distressed, and hostile. The main agent of this poem was the daughter. She used the words do and you. When she does not use those words, she repeats phrases. I would like to see this from the perspective of the daughter growing up, realizing what her father is doing. And I may like to see this from the perspective of the father and see if he has any regrets or what his mindset was like. I would call this a historical drama. And it's very imaginative because I've never seen a poem written from the perspective of the relative of a Nazi. And on the poem, I of course numbered the stanzas, but in yellow you can see the repetition of the word do. In pink you can see the repetition of the word you. And I have underlined every rhyming in black. I have underlined every rhyming point. These lines signify the breaks. Orange is the repetition of phrases such as wars, 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 or ick, 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 ick. These are used to signify, to get your attention and to get her to understand get you to understand the intensity of her emotions. And that is my analysis of Daddy by Sylvia Plath.